What is up? We are at an antique mall in Gastonia, North Carolina, just to look around at a lot of cool things. They had a lot of VHSs, other movie memorabilia, like comic books, all the kind of nerdy stuff, collectibles, things I like to look at. One thing that caught my eye was this Rugrats orange VHS tape that I had as a kid. It was very cool to see that. They had a lot of other VHSs as well, some DVDs, and they also had a couple Blu-rays, like this Black Cauldron DVD, this VHS set of Star Wars. Definitely had that as a kid as well. They had a few Blu-rays, nothing I really wanted. I did check out this Frozen 4K just to see how much it was. It was $9, but I passed on that. Next up, at the next booth I saw though, there was this cool Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. It was like a it wasn't like a movie poster, but like a canvas type thing that was $32. They also had this Sky High poster and Madagascar poster that were already in frames, even though the glass is busted. Those were $26, but still looked pretty cool because my daughter loves Madagascar. At the next booth, they had a lot of these cool VHS tapes as well. One of the ones that caught my eye was George of the Jungle, one that I really enjoyed as a kid, and only $3 honestly wasn't that bad. Looking over here, there's a lot of cool hats. Honestly, a lot of this stuff had just so many cool different things to look at. Even though I didn't really buy anything, just being able to look through all this stuff was really cool. This one was Reindeer Games with Ben Affleck. This booth was probably one of my favorites. I didn't buy anything, but they had just a lot of stuff signed. I didn't see who it was signed by, and honestly, I'm not sure if it was like authenticitized or whatever it's called, but these usually ran about like $40 to $50. One cool thing though at this place was they had these like popcorn and like hidden movies that it told you what the thing was or what like genre it was in, but it didn't tell you what it was, and it came with a couple snacks and just like a random movie. Those were $20 each. If you love Lucy, there's a good selection of stuff in there to get as well. And this clown was just creepy. At another booth, if you like Scooby-Doo, which I used to love Scooby-Doo as a kid, these were very cool to see. Once again, I didn't really have enough money to spend anything, so I was just looking around, but if I did, I might have got a couple of those. This cool Dancing Mickey I almost got for my daughter, but I did not. I love Disney, as you probably all know, and they had all these Seven Dwarfs here, like very vintage, old-looking ones, and a lot of other Disney figurines as well. And if you like Where the Wild Things Are, they had a lot of cool stuff like that. They had a lot of cool shirts. I kind of looked through. A lot of them are pretty cool, but really caught my eye was this like windbreaker Rugrats jacket that I cannot get off the rack. But it looked pretty cool. I didn't get it though. And if you're into Christmas, I didn't get any of this either, but they had a lot of Christmas stuff, ornaments to look through, especially if you're into that type of thing. At the next booth, they had some of these cool like steel signs. Some of them are movies, some were just from other things. I really like that first one with the Lagoon Monster. And then they had, I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. They had this cool AT-AT picture behind that. Don't know what that is, but it looked pretty cool. And on those, also this cool Mandalorian sign as well. Moving on to another place, they had a lot of VHSs, like I said, a lot of things to look through. Sound of Music, Chip and Dale, or no, that was Alvin and the Chipmunks, Haunted Mansion. They were usually priced at like $2 to $3, and they had a couple DVDs, and this booth had a ton of cars to look at, which was cool, but I'm not really into that thing. I thought this was cool. I don't really know what it is, Rocket Racer, but honestly, I just liked how it looked, so I looked at it, and it was only $15. Next up, I looked at this. My daughter loves Donald Duck, so I had to just look at it. There wasn't a price on it though, so I'm curious on how much that cost. Like I said, there were vinyls. That's Beastie Boys, Green Day, a lot of cool vinyls in here. I didn't want to look through too much because I knew I was going to find something I wanted and know I didn't have money for it, so I was like, no thanks. And then there's this cool Hulk Hogan over there. If you like Mountain Dew, they had a couple Mountain Dew signs. Winnie the Pooh, cool vintage looking Winnie the Pooh, and some old looking like action figures as well. Next up, just some more Christmas items. These, I don't even know what they're called, the little plastic things that light up. They had some Grinch nutcrackers. This Grinch, I believe, was like $50 for the Grinch. Another place that had a lot of Elvis stuff, they had this Elvis poster, as well as this Elvis pillow that I was honestly kind of tempted to get. Next up, if you like The Princess Bride, this one had a lot of cool like action figures, even one from Ace Ventura, some Pokemon stuff, and one that I really wanted to kind of get was this Lord of the Rings. It says Return of the King, but I'm pretty sure that was from Fellowship, but whatever. There's this cool thing, a little bit out of the box. I've never seen this movie, but it looked pretty cool, so I had to look at it. Another one had all these game systems. One even had an arcade game that was, I think, $540. Yep. Even had a little system set up that you can play on the game. I tried a couple buttons and it did not work, so I don't know if it was actually plugged in. Some more VHSs. I could probably go through and just look at the VHSs again because I feel like I wasn't able to get through all of them, but they were definitely really fun to look through, those and the other movies as well. At the same place, there's some more games, Genesis games, Nintendo 64 games. There's this Fortnite game, and they had some PlayStation 2, Xbox, Wii games that I looked through, as well as some Blu-rays at the bottom. Over at the next station, they had this cool ET poster. Once again, if I had room and money, I'd get it, but I have neither of those things. But they had some more games, action figures over here, some more systems. One of the coolest things I saw was this Beatles thing. If I had money, I would have got it, but it was $350, so no thanks. But they also had the Beatles Funko Pops and Yellow Submarine action figures as well as this cool record like display thing and that cool looking Transformers. Another booth was mostly just VHSs, DVDs. I looked at the VHSs. I'm kind of just looking for nothing really in particular. I don't buy these as much as I buy like Blu-rays, but if I find one I really like, I'll get it. So I'll usually look for like Kevin Smith stuff, or I found all of like the Lord of the Rings. I bought all the Lord of the Rings ones, but I was tempted for this Muppets one. I do like the Muppets because I also have the Great Muppet Caper. I was tempted. Very tempted to get that, but VHSs take up a lot of room. This looked really cool as well. I was like, oh, I didn't get it, but it looked cool. Next up, there's a CD thing, some wrestler action figures, some other tin signs down here. You had the Batman and other Star Wars things as well. Some Funko Pops, pretty cool to look at. And then also one of the things, I probably, if I would have bought anything, it would have been this Phantom of the Opera thing.